Good morning, I'm Sarah Smith. Kim Gusby is off today. Thank you for joining us on WSAV News 3 today at 11. Well, this is a live look over Tybee Island. Storm Team 3 meteorologist Alyssa Carsley joins us now. Your forecast first. Good morning, Alyssa.
Hey, good morning, Sarah. We're starting off as we head towards lunchtime with temperatures back into the 60s. It's cool, it's comfortable outside. There is a light breeze, which will help temperatures remain comfortable even as we head into the afternoon. Now for today, comparing it to the last 2 days, our temperatures won't be nearly as warm. We're right around average for your highs later on this afternoon. For one day, only one out of the next 7, because by tomorrow, we're back to tracking temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. Now we're still tracking that northeasterly wind that continues to bring in the cool and drier air down the east coast. Our winds are more out of the south tomorrow. That will help temperatures warm back up. But there is that possibility for communities south of I-16 to at least brush the upper 70s, like 77 degrees for your high today in Baxley, to 78 degrees in Hinesville. Here in Savannah, our average high is right around 74 degrees. We'll see a high later on this afternoon right at 75. Now as we head from tomorrow into early next week, our temperatures warm up, and we're not just looking at temperatures increasing, our chance of rain is also going to increase, especially as we head from Sunday into Monday of next week, really all thanks to a slow-moving cold front, bringing with it the chance for scattered rain showers and thunderstorms for both those days. Not a weekend washout as of right now, but of course we do have that chance of rain returning. So coming up in the complete Storm Team 3 forecast, I'll break down that chance of rain and talk about what we can expect with those warmer temperatures on the way.
Alyssa, thank you. We begin with a developing story this morning as many questions are still unanswered regarding the status of 4 soldiers based out of Fort Stewart that went missing overseas earlier this week. According to NATO, the 4 U.S. soldiers were reported missing during a training exercise in Lithuania. The soldiers, all from Fort Stewart's 3rd Infantry Division, have been missing since Tuesday. NATO's Secretary General initially said that the soldiers were killed, but hours later a NATO spokesperson walked back those comments, saying that the Secretary General was referring to recent news reports and did not confirm the death of those soldiers. Army officials in Europe and Africa also said they couldn't confirm the soldiers' status. We do know that their armored vehicle was found submerged in a body of water. Still, several elected officials operating based on the Secretary General's comments weighed on social media about the incident. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp saying, quote, "Marty, the girls and I joined the entire nation and their families in mourning the loss of 4 service members who made the ultimate sacrifice while stationed abroad," unquote. Meanwhile, Representative Buddy Carter offered more general comments saying, quote, "Please join me in prayers for the 3rd ID soldiers missing in Lithuania. As we await more information, our love and support goes out to all those impacted by this tragic situation," unquote. Again, authorities say they're still searching for the 4 missing soldiers. We'll continue following this story and pass along any updates as we learn them online at WSAV.com and later this afternoon beginning on First News at 4. In a crime and safety alert this morning, Sylvania police need your help finding a man wanted on serious charges they say involve a young child. Investigators say 33-year-old Eli Torrance is facing 4 felony charges, including child molestation and cruelty to children. We're told the victim in this case is just 10 years old. Police say he's been avoiding them and is homeless, though he's been spotted in Bryan County recently. He also has a criminal history in Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. If you see him or know where he may be, you're asked to call 911. Meanwhile, from the Low Country, one man is in custody after a high-speed chase on I-95. Investigators say 26-year-old Brian Patterson Jr. was initially pulled over by Hampton police for speeding, and officers noticed his tags matched a different vehicle. Patterson allegedly took off, hitting spike strips at one point during the chase. He then wrecked his car and was taken to a hospital, treated and booked in Hampton County Detention Center. Turning now to political news this morning, the White House is digging in, defending the government officials on that Signal group chat discussing attack plans that accidentally included a journalist. The Atlantic has now released the full transcript of the infamous text chain that members of President Trump's administration still contend didn't contain any classified information. NBC's senior White House correspondent Garrett Hake is looking into this as lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are calling for answers.
This morning, calls are growing louder for an independent investigation into the now infamous Signal group chat featuring top Trump administration officials and a magazine editor who was inadvertently included. On Wednesday, The Atlantic released screenshots of the entire days-long group discussion. President Trump dismissing the entire episode as overblown.
The press upplays it. I think it's all a witch hunt.
The new screenshots show Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth writing hours before American airstrikes on Iran-backed rebels in Yemen were set to begin. At 12:15, F-18s launch, the first strike package. At 1:45, strike drones launch. 2:10, more F-18s launch. And writing that 5 minutes later, quote, is when the first bombs will definitely drop. But the messages did not contain any information about specific targets. Hegseth continuing to insist he did nothing wrong.
There's no units, no locations, no routes, no flight paths, no sources, no methods, no classified information.
The White House agreeing no information shared on the app was classified.
There was no classified information transmitted. There were no war plans discussed.
The president, less definitive.
Do you still believe nothing classified was shared?
Well, that's what I've heard. I don't know.
Brad Bowman is a former Army Black Hawk pilot and former military advisor to 3 Republican senators. Is that credible to you?
The information related to future military operations is the essence of classified information. It is difficult for me to imagine anything more classified than that.
Senate Armed Services Chair Republican Roger Wicker now calling for an independent investigation.
I would have wanted it classified.
With top intelligence officials back on Capitol Hill for a second day, outraged Democrats demanding a stronger response from the White House, including firings.
There can be no fixes, there can be no corrections until there is accountability.
That was Garrett Hake reporting. On the accountability front, President Trump seems unlikely to fire anyone involved in this episode for now. He has repeatedly defended National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, who created the chat, and yesterday told reporters that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who shared the most specific information, had done nothing wrong. An internal investigation continues with White House officials led by Waltz's team. Meanwhile, Senator Jon Ossoff is also weighing in. I spoke with him yesterday, who sits on the U.S. Senate Intelligence Committee, as he called the mistake, quote, an embarrassment.
This was an egregious breach of operational security, revealing to a national political reporter detailed information about imminent military operations. No military officer would survive this. They would have their clearance stripped and they would likely face a court-martial. And I think that the Secretary of Defense has no choice here but to resign his position.
Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene has also responded to the leaked chat, saying the incident was, quote, incredibly sloppy. Taking a closer look now, Pooler city leaders have approved a $19.3 million contract to expand Quaco Road in hopes of providing relief to the growing city. City leaders say this is part of a $40 million transportation plan. The upgrades will improve safety and traffic in the area. The road will have 4 lanes from Blue Moon Crossing to East Haven, then narrow back to join the existing roadway.
There won't be many road closures or detours, but it will certainly impact the travel of our citizens as well as visitors through our city. We do not anticipate ever closing the road in its entirety, since it's just going to be expanding the existing lanes, but there will be modifications of lanes and movement of traffic on the roadway.
A start date for construction hasn't been set, but city leaders have plans to improve traffic on Pine Barren Road and Mill Creek Circle. Meanwhile, Hurricane Helene hurt Georgia farmers, leaving many close to bankruptcy. Some crops may take years to recover. Senator Ossoff says he wanted to help farmers right away. It took 90 days for lawmakers to pass disaster assistance. He believes the $1 million package is an important investment for everyone.
Many farmers would fold, and these family farms would disappear, and with them, the centers of these rural communities, the source of tax revenues for public safety and public education. That's why it's so important that we support our family farmers. And that's why I pushed to pass this assistance as quickly as possible.
To see if you're eligible, visit our website, wsav.com/ECAP. Applications are due on August 15th. Well, FEMA is hosting a housing resource fair this weekend to help residents still struggling with housing disruptions caused by recent storms. The event is tomorrow and Saturday from 9 to 5 at the Honey Bowen building on Lockwood Drive in Statesboro. Representatives from FEMA and the Small Business Administration will be there to help residents find the best resource for their situation, whether it's rental assistance, home repair loans, or guidance on appealing a denied claim. Now for an update on this year's St. Jude Dream Home giveaway. We're now closing in on 4,000 tickets sold and only a few weeks away from the deadline of our next bonus prize. Landmark 24 Homes and its subcontractors continue to make progress on the 2,300 square foot home. They're building it at zero cost to St. Jude. It can be yours if you call that number or log on to get your $100 ticket. It's located in the Harmony neighborhood of Pooler and valued at $580,000. Now the bonus prize. If you secure your ticket by April 11th, you'll be entered into a separate drawing to win a brand new vehicle courtesy of Southern Motors. You can select between a 2025 Honda Civic LX or a 2025 Jeep Compass. Our Georgia viewers can call 800-383-9844 or enter online. If you live in South Carolina, you must call that number to enter. Well, coming up, Alyssa will be back with a look at your Storm Team 3 full forecast. But first, massive wildfires continue burning strong across North and South Carolina. An update on the ongoing efforts after the break. You're watching WSAV News 3 today at 11. Welcome back to News 3 today at 11. Making headlines this morning, crews continue trying to contain massive wildfires across the Carolinas, but heavy winds and dry conditions are making it even more challenging. According to authorities in South Carolina, 4 teenagers are responsible for starting the blaze at Table Rock State Park. NBC's Marissa Parr reports from Pickens, South Carolina.
I'm Marissa Parra in the heart of the firefighting zone. These are the efforts on the planning side. So in South Carolina, this is Incident Command Center. You can see crews, firefighters. Most of them are already out on the firefighting line, but these are ones that are going to be talking over strategy, what we're going to be seeing today. And part of what we're seeing are new evacuations because part of those fires that you're seeing creating this thick haze of smoke, Persimmon Ridge, Table Rock fire, those have doubled and tripled in size since yesterday. So they're going to be taking a more aggressive approach today on some of these same lands. These crews out here are going to be going out and doing a controlled burn, all in hopes of containing those fires. Of course, they have to do it soon, though, because those winds are going to be picking up later in the afternoon. All of this on the 6th-month anniversary of Hurricane Helene.
Stay tuned for more on this story throughout the day on WSAV and tonight on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
As we head towards lunchtime, we are still tracking that northeasterly wind, and that smoke from South Carolina will continue to drift down the East Coast thanks to that wind. So it will be a hazy day overall. Still lots of sunshine for us to enjoy, but because of the smoke, we still do have that air quality level down to moderate. So if you are sensitive to smoke, you might want to limit your time outside, at least for today. I know it's hard to do so because we have such beautiful weather, especially with all that sunshine and comfortable temperatures, but the smoke will last around at least throughout the rest of this afternoon, thanks to that northeasterly wind continuing to make its way down the East Coast. And then gradually as we head overnight, that wind will be more out of the south and we'll start to see the smoke let up. Same thing with our fire danger risk that will continue. We've been tracking this elevated fire danger risk really over the last couple of weeks. Once again for today, also watching for a high pollen count today. But as we head into your Friday tomorrow, that southerly wind will increase that humidity, and that will allow for that elevated fire danger risk to back off, at least for Friday. We're also tracking much warmer temperatures on the way for tomorrow. That continues into your weekend. Then by the time we head from Sunday into late Monday, watching for some good pollen washers out there that will help at least alleviate some of the allergies that we've been tracking over the last couple of days. Now, if you want to have lunch outside today, still looking good to go. Cool right now. Temperatures are in the 60s, and we'll watch for our high temperatures to climb back up closer to average for this time of year in the mid 70s with seasonable sunshine overhead. Communities south of I-16, you will have the chance to at least brush the mid to upper 70s for today, so 78 degrees for your high in Pembroke to 75 degrees here in Savannah and across the immediate coastline. Just a few degrees cooler. You'll find your high temperatures back into the upper 60s to low 70s. Now we stay dry for tomorrow and Saturday, so you have at least one completely dry, decent day for this weekend. Then by Sunday, make sure you have a backup plan in your back pocket just in case, because we are looking at waves of rain to continue to move in throughout the day. So the chance of rain will be all day long. I don't think we'll see all day rain showers, but the chance will be there from start to finish as we're watching for this moisture to move in from the Gulf. That will allow for those rain showers to continue. Then as we head into early Monday, we're looking at that cold front to slowly arrive, all that warm air ahead of it. As that cold front moves into that warm air, will help fuel those storms. So we are looking at the possibility for at least strong and severe storms, mainly in this line of rain as we head into your Monday. So just heads up for that. We're going to keep an eye on it and time it out more closely as we head closer to Monday. But as of right now, looking sunny and good to go for tomorrow and Saturday. Your temperatures back above average into the lower 80s through Sunday ahead of that cold front on Monday, mid 80s behind it. Staying warm in the upper 70s, drying out through Wednesday.
Sunny and 75. I like to see it.
Yeah, it's comfortable outside. It's a great day. Of course, it is a bit hazy out there, so
yeah.
If you're sensitive to smoke, just maybe limit your time outside, which again is so hard to do because it's so beautiful.
Yeah, feels so good.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Alyssa. Well, coming up next, it's a day many in our area were anxious to see come to fruition. After the break, we'll take you inside for a tour of the Hyundai Meta Plant as officials hold a grand opening ceremony. You're watching WSAV News 3 today at 11. We'll be right back. Welcome back to News 3 today at 11. Continuing coverage this morning after months of construction and controversy. The Hyundai Meta plant held its grand opening yesterday. WSAV's Ben Singer gives us a peek inside the new multi-billion-dollar facility.
This is what a $7.5 billion investment looks like. Specifically, we are in the General Assembly building. We have cars coming in from the paint shop, and they're going to work their way down and around for final assembly and inspection. The people who work here are called Meta Pros, and they tell me that this is where all the magic happens.
The technology here is like truly amazing.
Part of the magic, robots like this. They're called automated guided vehicles, and they move cars and parts. Company leaders say they're in use at other places, but not at this scale. And the technology isn't the only thing that is state-of-the-art here.
You know, from the very beginning, our vision was to create a new type of manufacturing environment that put human dignity and human-centered design at the center.
Those design features include abundant natural light and relaxation areas right where the Meta Pros work. And the plant is quiet enough that ear protection is not necessary. Features company leaders say are proof that the Meta plant is much more than an investment in technology. It's an investment in people.
It is truly amazing. It's been like an amazing experience. I can remember riding by on I-16 on my way to Savannah, seeing this coming up from the ground up, and remember saying like, I'm gonna be a part of that one day. So like being here and being promoted within 6 months of working here, like it's truly amazing. Like the opportunity is here.
Right now the plant is producing 2 Hyundai models, the Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 9. Eventually, 3 different brands will be produced here: Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis. In Elabel, Ben Singer, WSAV News 3 on your side.
And if you're looking for a job, Hyundai may have the perfect opportunity for you. Yesterday, the company announced they're looking to hire nearly 14,000 workers, nearly doubling their initial goal of 8,500. You're watching WSAV News 3 today at 11. We'll be right back. Welcome back to News 3 today at 11. A piece of American history on Hilton Head Island, Mitchellville, is a hidden gem which looks to sparkle more every day with some help from the public. The latest addition to the first ever community of freed slaves includes a series of ghost houses representing different aspects of life in the town. It's just part of the goal of Mitchellville to expand the educational opportunities for adults and kids alike.
This is an opportunity for us to share Mitchellville all the way out into the counties around Brown Beaufort, for us to talk about why this is an important place in American history, but really to give back and to say, hey, we are neighbors here. These programs are going to be supporting Beaufort County and Jasper County and Hampton County.
And you can show your support for historic Mitchellville Freedom Park by coming out to the facility's Blue and Barbecue benefit this Saturday. It runs from 4 to 7 that afternoon, and tickets are $125, and sales end tonight at 11:59. WSAV's Andrew Davis will serve as event MC. You can find a link to purchase yours on our website. Just head to wsav.com/BlueBBQ, and it's going to be some pretty good weather that Saturday, right, Alyssa?
We have great weather for that. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s, low 80s throughout the later part of the afternoon for Saturday. It will be a bit natty out there. We're going to see the natcast return. But as for your Silly Sunshine scale, not going up to splendid today, only to sunny just because of that haze out there. We're tracking that smoke making its way down the East Coast. Of course, also the pollen. That's not going to go away anytime soon. But as we head into the next few hours, still staying comfortable. Temperatures for the first time in at least 2 days back to right around average in the mid-70s. Doesn't last too long because by tomorrow into your weekend, we're back into the upper 70s to lower 80s. Watching for Sunday and Monday with that chance of rain increasing. Just keep an eye on the sky and we'll fine tune the forecast over the next few days.
All right, so no gnat spray and allergy pill.
Absolutely. Needed.
All righty, thank you, Alyssa. Well, that's our time for today, but stick around after the break for The Bridge, and we'll see you starting this afternoon on WSAV First News at 4. Have a great day.